Hi, I am Sarah. My stepdad is the owner of Factugal Restaurant, which is very popular here in California, and he is one of the stingiest people in the world. And I'm sure you'll agree with me once you hear about our house rules. But first, like and subscribe to the channel. It's quite a ridiculous situation, really. You see, when we have to use the bathroom at night, we aren't allowed to turn on the lights, because my stepdad thinks we will increase monthly electricity bill. Also, we have to eat just breakfast and dinner. Another rule was, we can only throw out a tea bag after it's been used twice. Can you imagine? On the first day of every month, my stepdad gives each of us a single roll of toilet paper and one shower gel. That's all we're allowed to use for the entire month. It's ridiculous, and we often find ourselves rationing it like it's a precious commodity. My mom married my stepdad, David, 3 years ago. That's when this whole ordeal began. You see, my real dad died from cancer, and he was the breadwinner. And my mom, who used to be a housewife, started working at a restaurant to make ends meet. We were not very rich and could barely afford rent. So when David, who was the owner of the restaurant my mom worked, asked her to marry him, my mom saw it as an opportunity to secure our financial stability. She thought maybe I could even go to college. I, on the other hand, was completely against it. I tried to voice my concerns, but my mom wouldn't listen. She said, "I have to marry David. You know, honey, we are not rich, but if I marry David, he will provide for us, okay?" Little did we know it was a bad idea until we all started living together. David took us out to dinner to celebrate. We didn't know him well yet, so we were hopeful. But when we got there, he only ordered the cheapest food for everyone. He explained, "We have spent a lot on this wedding, so it's time to save up again." He'd always find ways to cut costs. I remember one time when we went to a burger spot, and when he realized it was a bit pricier than expected, he only ordered us French fries. Amidst all this, my mom and I tried to make the best of our situation. We knew it was tough, but we had each other. Unfortunately, my stepdad's obsession with money only intensified. In my senior year of high school, David said,
"What are your plans for the future? You know, most kids at 18 start living alone and look for something doing."
When I expressed my surprise, he replied, "Now you know, this is your final year of freeloading. Soon, you'll have to fend for yourself." My mom, of course, wasn't having any of it. She stood up for me and said, "Sarah will go to college. If money's the issue, she can help us out at the restaurant." But my stepdad shot back,
Of course, money is the issue. What else? In that case, Sarah should start working with us at the restaurant. If she is good, I can allow her stay here next year.
Reluctantly, the next day, I found myself working at the restaurant. My mom thought it would be best if I worked at the front counter, taking customers' orders. It was a simple job, but it meant I had to work alongside my stepdad, which was not exactly a pleasant prospect. As I spent more time working with him, I began to understand the depths of his money obsession. Whenever a customer gave me a tip, he will collect it. And to justify his actions, he would say,
"You live in my house. This will help me pay the bills."
One day a customer forgot his bag, and in it he had a lottery ticket and lots of money, which I took and kept it, and returned to him the next day. Feeling sympathetic, I thought, maybe the lottery was his last hope. I handed him back the lottery ticket and the bag, explaining where I found them. He thanked me and asked my name unbeknownst to me. My stepdad overheard our conversation. That night at home, he said to my mom, "This kid is really naive. She could have taken that money at least. She is still going around giving customers back the things we find." My mom, to my surprise, defended me, saying, "Sarah did the right thing." This infuriated my stepdad, who responded,
In that case, when the time comes, you will also leave this house along with your daughter. I regret spending my money on both of you.
My mom was devastated and started crying. It was a difficult night for all of us. I couldn't sleep, consumed by thoughts of escaping. A week passed, and I continued my routine of going to the restaurant after school. On one such day, my stepdad informed me, "Someone wants to see me. He says he has a present for you." It turned out to be the same customer whose bag I had returned. He had a smile on his face as he said,
"Hey Sarah, I'm about to give you a present, and you certainly deserve it. Would you please come outside with me?"
I followed the customer outside, with my stepdad trailing behind, trying to make sense of the situation. To my astonishment, the man made a phone call, and soon a woman arrived in Bugatti. He said, "This is my wife, and we are here to give you part of the money we won from the lottery ticket you returned to us weeks ago." My stepdad and I were left speechless. The customer, whose name I later learned was Mr. Jackson, pointed to the money and said, "Sarah, half of this is yours." I stammered in disbelief. "What? Am I being pranked?" Mr. Jackson assured me that he was serious and went on to explain.
Remember that lottery ticket you returned to me alongside my bag, right? I hit the jackpot with it. There's $20 million in this suitcase right now, and $10 million of it is yours. You could have chosen not to give me back that ticket, but you did. You deserve this money because you're an honest person. Now let's go to the bank and deposit this money.
My stepdad was trembling with excitement, eager to lay claim to the money. He said,
"I'm Sarah's stepdad. This money is practically mine. She is not 18 yet, so she can't own a bank account. You have to deposit the money into mine for now. I will give the money to Sarah when she turns 18.
With no power over the situation, my stepdad got angry. Mr. Jackson and I went to the bank to deposit the money, and on the way, he shared his story. His daughter had a rare and severe illness, and she had been in the hospital for a long time. Mr. Jackson had to sell their house and his car to pay for her medical bills, but even that wasn't enough. He was selling everything he could, including their clothes. It has only been a month since that life-changing event. Mr. Jackson bought a new house, a mansion in fact, and my mom and I moved in with him. We are planning to buy our own house soon, but first, we are waiting to find out which college I'll be attending. If I go to college in another city, we might buy our own house there. As I reflect on everything that has happened, I am grateful for the turn of events. Mr. Jackson changed our lives, but more importantly, it reaffirmed my belief in honesty and integrity. I now have the means to pursue my dreams and build a better future for myself and my mom. And as for my stepdad, he serves as a constant reminder of the dangers of greed and the importance of treating others with kindness and fairness. Thanks for watching, like, share, and subscribe.